What's going on? This is me, What If Anime Infinity, back with another video. So I have just watched Terminator, Terminator Judgment Day, Terminator Genesis. Directly after each other, and I am high on Terminator knowledge. So this what if is what if Deku was a Terminator. Not the T800, the upgraded T800. The T800 with the magnetic polymer. The one from the end of Genesis, Pops, basically. But it's sort of gonna be like, Deku, Deku gets his conscience, basically, Deku gets his consciousness and his heart put in the robot body, because he died. And the reason he died is because Kachan blew him up. And Kachan has regretted it since his life. But Deku gets the magnetic polymer and the Terminator powers. So, yes! I'm sorry, I'm like, after this I'm going to rewatch all three of those Terminators I just told you about. And I'm going to keep doing it until morning. So, like, yeah, I'm high on Terminator knowledge. And that way I can be super duper uber high on Terminator knowledge. So yeah. Basically, he comes back to junior high, and Bakugo goes like, "That's impossible, you're meant to be dead!" And then he just, like, swings his arm out, and a magnetic polymer blade comes out, and he goes, "No, I'm just upgraded." And he goes like, "You finally got a quirk!" He goes like, "If you want to say so." Actually, no, this is going to be his quirk. His quirk is going to be Terminator. Yeah, it's supposed to be Terminator. So he's not going to have the same structure. He's going to have the same structure as human, but made out of the T800's metal. And he's going to have the magnetic polymer. So when Bakugo blows him up, basically he's just okay. Flings his arm out, and the magnetic polymer blade comes out. And he goes like, "No, I'm just back with a few new upgrades." And when he flings his arm out, cuts Bakugo's wrist, making sure he can't use one of his hands to use explosions anymore for a while. And then Bakugo tries to use that hand and goes and tries to blow Deku up, but he can't because he's like his hand's all numb, like he can't use it. He can't use any of his abilities in his hand anymore. Oh, and just so you know, he also has a few other abilities, like, he has the ability to use the T3000's abilities. Any Terminator abilities he can use. His ability is Terminators. Any Terminator ever made, their powers he can use. And he will be getting one for all in this what if. Because he is human. So, basically, Deku, just one punches Bakugo on the face. He goes flying. Everyone's like, "Holy shit! This kid has super strength." And he also, technically has shock absorption, because of the shock, because of the magnetic polymer, it has a shock, absorbent ability. Well, it's more like shock resistance. And shock absorption put together, basically, but, like, toned down a lot. Basically, our body has their own basically shocks in them, basically shock absorptions in them, basically. But it's only like when we jump and stuff, and then we hit the ground that they actually kind of work. That's what Deku has, but severely better. Think of it as a certain body part being just made out of a spring, but strong enough so you can like swing it around without it going flying, basically. And then Deku's eyes turn red, and then he goes, and then okay, yeah. In this what if, a few other people are actual Terminators, like the models, don't have the quirk Terminator. And Skynet's not gonna be around. It's just Deku flick some of the magnetic polymer on them, on people that were dead, and that just made them a Terminator. And then they're all designed to hate Terminator, the Deku. And he goes, and then he just like uses the T5000's ability, which was the one that made the T3000, just so you know. Actually, no, he can use Skynet's ability. And if you don't know that, in Genesis, the T5000 is actually capable of hosting Skynet. Basically, Deku is Skynet. And he can also use T Infinity's ability. He can go back in time and forward in time. And he also has time manipulation. Basically, he can stop time, slow down time, basically everything. So Deku just stops time. Oh yeah, just so you know, like one of the Terminators is coming after him because he hates him because he made him a monster. So then he just uses the T Infinity's ability. He just stops him in time. Everyone's going like, how the hell is he doing this? Okay, I'm getting off track. Let's just skip forward to where Deku is training on Dekamo Beach. Damn, 7 minutes already. Okay. He's just crushing it into tiny pieces with these. And he finished it in 1 month. And like at 9 months, Miro, then after Miro comes in, he goes like, "What happened to the beach?" He goes like, "Oh," and Deku's like just there, just crushed the last piece of rubbish, and he goes like, "Oh, I cleaned it up." And he goes like, "Holy shit!" And then he flicks some magnetic polymer onto it. And makes his own little army out of that stuff. So basically, he freezes them in a different time-space continuum. Sorry, opens up a time portal, puts them in a different timeline dimension thingy, time dimension. Basically, that's the Kamui dimension, but yeah. And every single piece of rubbish he made, he flicked a drop of magnetic polymer on, and the nanite's part of it. And they just do as Deku says, they can't betray him. And then Miro says, "Alright, can you spar with me then?" And he goes like, "You sure?" And he goes, "Yes." And I go like, and he goes like, "Oh, okay." He makes the magnetic polymer swords coated in the T3000's nanites. And then he actually puts time manipulations on it. Basically, this is because he doesn't want Miro to have permanent damage to him. So it's like off, like basically where it cuts after a few seconds, it just heals back to it. Goes back to its original state. Or he can make it rot. Basically, that's his ability. That's one of his abilities of the Terminator. So then he chops Miro's head off, and then just lands back on, and then like reattaches it to him. It reattaches it, and he goes like, "How'd you do that?" And he goes like, "Oh, my quirk's ability allows me to have the power of time manipulation." And he goes, "Oh, what's it called?" And he said, "It's called Terminator." And All Might goes, "Do you mind sparring with me?" And he goes like, "Okay." And then he goes, "But no swords or weapon, anything." Deku creates some gauntlets, and he uses them. Does the same thing that he did with the swords. Puts the magnetic polymers parts on it, and the nanites, and the time abilities. But he also puts an electricity ability on it, which is basically the reaction of the time manipulation being put on it. Basically, he's making them travel back in time a millisecond every single second, which is making them create a lot of electricity. So he just one punches All Might, and he goes like, and it hits him right into the right in his part where Toxic Chainsaw got him, and he goes, ah, and then his wound is like actually re-healed, and then he goes like, "Young man, how did you do that? I used to have my whole entire respiratory system was ruptured. As I said, my ability has the power of time manipulation. When I hit you, I reset that part of your body." And he goes like, "Thank you, young man. Would you like to inherit my quirk?" And he goes like, "Okay." And then he just says, "Eat this." And he goes like, "Okay." Eats it. And with an instant, green lightning starts to form around him. Yes, this is full cow, but this is because of his time manipulation ability. Just so you know, Deku's bones cannot be broken, but they can be, what would you say, they can get rusted. But that's where his time manipulation ability comes in. He just resets that metal part. Anyway, guys, this is where I'm going to end it. Bye-bye.